Good evening and welcome to the Oak Harbor High School State of the Schools. This is the Oak Harbor High School Jazz Band. We are your opening warm-up act before the real party starts. Hope you enjoy. Thank you. That was Three Guys, arranged by Bob Turner and featuring solos by Jacob Eason on the Barry saxophone, Ethan Tang on the Barry saxophone, William Carmen on the congas, and Jerome Woodpina on the trumpet. Wait, no, that's another different song. That was Josiah Villano on the trombone. I apologize. You're a different song. Next up is Green Sleeves, arranged by Greg Yazaniski and featuring Jared Guerrero on the tenor saxophone. Thank you. That was Green Sleeves, arranged by Greg Yazaniski and featuring a solo by Jared Guerrero on the tenor saxophone. We are the Oak Harbor High School Jazz Band, and I just want to say out loud that we are, this is not a concert. We are warm-up and background music as folks are filing in. Do make sure you check out the presentations in the other room before our big show starts here at 5 o'clock. And we are not offended if we hear talking right now, because this is not a formal concert. Also, we can get really loud. So if I see any of you covering your ears up here because we get really loud sometimes, I'm happy about ear safety. No, won't hurt my feelings. That was one of our softer ones. Next up is, what's next? In the Mood. Next up is an old jazz standard called In the Mood. I believe this solo, correct me if I'm wrong, this one is Camille Glonia on this solo. Here we go. Thank you. That was In the Mood featuring Camille Glonia on the trumpet. We are the Oak Harbor High School Jazz Band. Next up is a Chicago tune, right? That's next? 25 or 6 to 4.
Hey!
Thank you. That was the Chicago Standard, 25 or 6-4. We are the Oak Harbor High School Jazz Band, and we are the warm-up and background stuff before the big show starts. Make sure you check out the presentations in the other room as well, although it looks like you guys want to talk on the microphone for a bit, so I'll give you some sound space before we play our last song. Oh, you're good? You're fine? Can we do one more or two more? What is it? Oh, we got time for two more. Do you need to talk a little? Okay. Yeah. We're making sure we don't go over time. We're learning how to manage time. Time management, that's what we teach. All right. Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Go over the microphone. Go over the microphone. Oh, stand. All right. Thank you for your patience as we reorganize stuff. Our last song is Maynard Ferguson arrangement of a James Taylor hit called Country Road.
I've got a monitor.
joining us today for our first ever State of the Schools event. So if we're not doing a good job, please let us know at the end. And I am Superintendent Michelle Casagula, very excited to be a part of this amazing community, which we're going to talk all about in a little bit.
And I'm Dwight Lundstrom, Assistant Superintendent for Oak Harbor Public Schools.
Before we get into our program this afternoon, we'll have the flag presentation of our award-winning Oak Harbor High School NJROTC, followed by the national anthem, which will be sung by our Oak Harbor High School freshman, Danica Glauer. Please stand for the presentation of our flag.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, you may be seated. So I'd like to thank the Wildcat Battalion and their color guard. And then, do you ever feel like you're standing next to somebody that's going to be famous someday? I think Danica may get there. She's very impressive. So
So January is the month where we get to recognize our school board. It is School Board Appreciation Month. So please join me in honoring our outstanding board members for their contributions to our school and to our community. We want to recognize our board members. So President Goebel, please stand. Vice President Jessica Oz, please stand. Director Bob Hallahan. And joining us virtually, wherever she is virtually, is our board member director, Nikki Tesh. And congratulations to also in attendance our newly appointed school board director, Sharon Jensen, who will be sworn in at our next board meeting on January 30th. So thank you to all of you for your support of the students. We'd also like to thank the City of Oak Harbor and the local leadership for their continued partnership here with the Oak Harbor Public Schools. And at this time, I'd like to welcome to our stage, be careful of the cords, Mayor Bob Severance. A Ahead of the upcoming school bond on the February ballot, the City of Oak Harbor recently endorsed a resolution in support of our bond to improve our school facilities.
And during that meeting, I asked if I might have the opportunity to come and personally present our resolution, and you so kindly allowed me to do that. Thank you. This is our first resolution for the year 2023. It is Resolution 2301, resolution of the City of Oak Harbor endorsing the Oak Harbor School District bond. I'm not going to read the entire resolution, but I want to tell you that it was unanimously passed by our City Council, and I believe 3 of our councilors are here with us this evening. There was some discussion amongst council, but it was all totally positive. The partnership that your superintendent and assistant superintendent talk about is better, perhaps better than ever. So our city unanimously supports the school district and this bond going forward. You have the right people in the right places. The first campaign chair I ever had in any kind of city position is your rock star school board president, Lynn Goebel. And there's a wonderful board that works with her. Hardly a day goes by at the city that there isn't some discussion about the school district. We have people that come to the city thinking about staying here or not. And it's often part of the discussion, almost in every case. How's your school district doing? How are they, are they replacing their buildings? Are they keeping up with what's going on? It is a difficult job to teach school and to be a school district. In fact, one of our counselors, I think, said it best. This is probably the most important thing that we as a city can do. And believe me, cities, counties, states, and federal people like to debate each other on whose power is what. But I think she said it best. The most important thing that gets done in our community when it is, and it always is with the Oak Harbor School District, is what you do. So the school district, please know, the City of Oak Harbor is behind you 100% and then some. I would like to present the actual resolution 2023 or 2301 to Superintendent Michelle, and I'll give it to you, Assistant Superintendent Dwight, and may your travels be good in this bond. So, thank you.
Again, it is about community partnerships, and we couldn't do it without the support of our community. And that's why we're here tonight, to celebrate our students as one, Oak Harbor, and our community together. On behalf of the public schools, I want to thank the City Council for this amazing opportunity and recognizing the importance of this work. I also would like to thank our other city official members who are here tonight. So City Council member Beth Munns, who's here tonight, Brian Stuckey, who's here, and Jim Wiesner. Would you please stand so that we can recognize your work? Thank you. And helping with that work is Blaine. Thank you so much for your continued phone calls from me and emails from Dwight and meetings. It's been a pleasure. It is also my honor to introduce to you Captain Hanks, Commanding Officer of the Naval Air Station Whidbey Island, for his continued partnership and support, and for his lovely wife, Renee, who is in attendance with us here tonight. Thank you so much. Please stand and be recognized.
So as we kick off another calendar year, we felt that it was very important to reflect on how far we've come as a community and the endless possibilities ahead of us this year. And the other thing, Ms. Kasaibula here, it was her vision when she came into our school district, and we appreciate her leadership, to do a State of the Schools and re-invite families into and parents and community members into our school to tell you what we're up to and explain. So we want to thank you for that, Michelle. And now I'm going to give the mic back to you.
Okay, thank you, Dwight. I couldn't do it without you, so thanks for helping me steer this ship. It takes all of us collectively as one Oak Harbor to do this work. 6 months ago, I stepped into this role, so it was July 1st. I was so excited, and everyone took vacation. So here I was in an empty building, going to the empty schools, and I got to learn a lot about the empty buildings. But what I got to know was people. And so while some of you staycationed in Oak Harbor, I got to reach out to you and kind of grill you a little bit, right? So I reached out to as many people as I could, and I said, tell me about Oak Harbor. Tell me what we're doing right as a school district. Tell me things we can improve on, and tell me about the bond. And one of the things that was true in every single conversation I had, from students who I harassed at summer camps, to staff who came into their classrooms to set up, and to all of you that I met with, business partners, community partners, and parents, I can't say enough about the theme that emerged, and that's pride. Pride in Oak Harbor and who you are as an island, and I can feel it. If you walk in our buildings, it's palpable. You can feel it. And so I'm so excited about our work and our continued partnership about the pride, because One Oak Harbor to me is all of us doing the work on behalf of our students. They're our legacy, and we are helping our students to realize their potential. And that takes every voice. It takes schools that are healthy and thriving, and cultures that support every single student so they know they have a voice and they belong, because we care about you. So lastly, One Oak Harbor means putting our best foot forward, because we are the dream makers for our students. And I can't help but think of a better way to show our pride and enthusiasm that our staff have for your children. So I'm going to introduce to you the One Oak Harbor video. Let's give it up for Vic, huh?
Vic's our tech support.
I don't know about you, Dwight, but these chords, what do you think? You or me first?
You guys
Who's going
understand
down?
how much sorting Vic had to do to figure out what to plug into what.
Who said I knew?
Right? We're not perfect.
See,
We have good
he
days and
knows,
bad
he
days.
knows.
But thanks for bringing it for our kids and making sure this year is going to be phenomenal for each and every single student that comes into our cafeteria, into our classroom, on the bus, in our crosswalk. Every single one of our students need to be greeted and loved.
Welcome at the seatbelts. We about to free fall. Hanging out the window. What you think of me now? We keep climbing. We're riding lightning. All the way, all the way, all the way. Right now, we're on the ride. Ride of our lives off the ground. We're on the rise. Stars in our eyes. You can't bring us down. You can't stop us now. Because right now, we're on the ride. Ride of our lives. Ride. Living in the moment, you know where we're going. We've been on the rolling, we ain't never slowing down. We keep climbing, we're riding lightning. All the way, all the way, all the way. Right now, we're on the ride, ride of our lives off the ground. We're on the rise, stars in our eyes. You can't bring us down, you can't stop us now. Because right now.
Every single one of you have an important role in the children of this community. Because without you, we couldn't do the work that we do on behalf of our students. And it takes all of us to do that.
Welcome to school. We're so excited.
don't know, but that's energy, right? And that's what our staff brought and continue to bring on behalf of our students. So I am so thankful to work in a community that is so proud of their kids and take personal care for the children. So Dwight and I went back to Washington, D.C. To advocate for NAFIS, which is our impact aid through the military. And they asked, does anybody have a video that could capture the energy or excitement that your community has? That brought down the house. Yeah. So they're like, we want to come to Oak Harbor. Do you have any openings?
So Russ Peters is famous nationally now.
Yes, Russ, you are famous. But I tell you, that excitement continues to this day. If you go to any of our buildings and walk down the hallways, you can feel it. Again, you can feel that pride. I want to thank Willie Shaw. I don't know if Willie's here today. Is Willie here? I don't see Willie. So, yes, Willie? No? So Willie produced that video for us, and he's an Oak Harbor alumni. Actually, Dwight, I think Willie was one of your students.
He graduated with my oldest son and was in my advisory class.
So a huge thank you to Willie Shaw Productions for helping us create the videos.
So community partnerships play a key role in what makes One Oak Harbor a reality. We want to take this time to thank the many community organizations that donate and support and partner with our schools and our students. So if you're part of one of these organizations, I'm going to kind of go through it. If you're part of the chamber, if you could please stand and be recognized. So Maggie's here. Maggie doesn't want to stand up. The Oak Harbor Education Foundation. I see some folks from that foundation. If you've been to scholarship night, and Nate gets to run those now, and I got to run them for a lot of years, there's a lot of money that comes from our community through Oak Harbor Education Foundation for scholarships for our kids. NAS Whidbey Island, if you're part of our program. Navy League. Yep. We partner with Navy League. Beth Munns, thank you. Lions Club. We have Lions that come into our schools on an annual basis to participate with our vision and mostly vision screening, but they help with the hearing also. Rotary International. We have Rotarians in the room?
Yeah, we do.
I'm going to stand up. Snow Isle Libraries. If you don't know, Snow Isle Library partner with us. Every student in our school district has a library card and have access to Snow Isle Libraries.
Yes, that's how we think.
Kiwanis. Do we have any Kiwanans? Hey. There we go. Thank you so much. And Seroptimist. And I said it right.
You did.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
And the thing to know is, if you aren't involved with any of these community service programs, I would encourage you to get involved with them. They do great work within our community. All these service clubs are struggling for members right now. COVID really kind of knocked the wind out of a lot of these programs, and I would advocate for every one of them to be part of one of these programs because they're really working hard in our community to support not only our school, but our entire community.
Thank you, Dwight. I also want to recognize our PTA, PTOs, and PTSAs. So any of you that are involved in all of those organizations, would you please stand? That's a lot of work. Come on, it's a lot of work, right? Woo! You make a tremendous impact on all of our students in the community. And I have to say, as a mother of two now grown children, they couldn't avoid me. I was always their principal in some form, the middle school, high school. But I can tell you now more than ever when they say, oh, you don't have to come, Mom. It's not a big deal, Dad. You don't have to be there. Our kids need you. They need you in the buildings. And if it's not your own children, it's another child that could use your support in the buildings. So thank you to all of our volunteers and all to our PTSA and PTO organizations. We couldn't do this work without you.
So through our collective work in strengthening our support systems and academic access to social and emotional support, we can make our schools a place where each and every student in our district truly understands that they matter. Our staff and students have accomplished great feats in the past few years despite the many challenges they have faced.
Thank you. Well, there's 3 years ago, our country faced one of the biggest challenges, and I hope I never have to say the word again, and you know the word, it starts with a C, and it brought our country to a halt. And not only that, but it brought the world to a halt. And I don't think in any of our lifetimes here that we've seen something that came crashing to a screaming halt as quickly as that happened. And I hope we never have to face that in our lifetime. But our community here supported our students. In fact, Oak Harbor Public School was one of the very first on the west side of the state to get their students back to school because we knew the importance of returning our students to the classrooms. And as you could see from the video, our kids need to be in schools. They need to be with caring adults and well-routed programs that keep them engaged. And we all know the toll that that had on parents, on community businesses and partnerships, and our students and our staff. But we are starting to see the climb out of it, and we're starting to see the results of that hard work by bringing our students back faster than a lot of our colleagues across the state.
So part of what we want to share is a little bit about how our kids are doing in school. So we know there are interventions that are needed for our kids, and we know we have work to do, but our students are not alone. It's a statewide and countrywide problem. So our student data shows that we are within reach of state assessment goals. We are either at very close or we're above state assessment averages. You can notice that we have a very strong graduation rate. Our staff here at the high school works very hard to get our students to graduation. And then through iReady diagnostics, so this is going to take me a second to explain. So the spring data is on the top and the start of the year data is on the bottom. So start there. The idea here is, as you look at this, is the dark red is 3 or more grade levels behind when the students come into school. Then the lighter red is 2 grade levels behind. Yellow is 1 grade, and then 20 is early on grade, so they're in grade level, they're emerging, and then mid or above grade level. So if you look at the bottom, you saw a lot more red and yellow. And as the year progressed in our reading data, and this is K-8, this is a congregation of our K-8 student data, so this is kindergartners through 8th graders, this is how they all tested. You can see great growth, and by the end of the year, we had 56% of our kids on grade level, and 24% of them were still working, but they were close. And very much smaller, rather than 30%, we had 20% that were still needed great intervention. So we know we have work to do. We don't want to hide that, but we want you to know. Math, here's what math looked like. So you can see in the fall, we had a lot of kids that were behind when they came back. The thing to know is we all have to read. And so reading has been a high priority. Without reading, we don't make it through our lives as we grow older and progress through life. So reading has been a big focus, but you can see in mathematics, we started way behind. And you can see the great growth. So we went from 18% that were on grade level all the way to 49% with 33% close behind. So we made great progress. Our teachers work very hard with our kids. We know we have work to do. I'm not saying we don't, but we're going to get there because we're not going to give up on them.
Dwight, how about we get our staff to stand? They're pretty humble in their work, but man, it took a lot of heavy lifting, pulling, begging, pleading, getting kids to be where they are. Let's hear it for our staff, right? Thank you for believing in our kids and pulling them. They needed you, and you were there. In addition to these significant gains academically, we're proud of the unique programs that we offer in our schools for a well-rounded education. It's not always just about the academics, and I can speak about that. If it was just about the academics when I started out in high school, I would have been lost. It was the sports, the arts programs, and music that helped me through. And so I want to say thank you for the depth and breadth of these programs that are supported by our local levy dollars, such as the music and the art programs. And want to say that we have earned some pretty amazing awards for our programs. Do you want to talk about that, Dwight?
Well, our high school continues to be ranked as in the U.S. News and World Report one of the top-ranking schools, and it's because of the academic rigor that they offer and because of the depth and breadth of the programs within our schools. And that's reflected in all of our schools, elementary all the way through the high school. The number of programs that we support as a community through arts, PE, library, those are things that not everybody in the state has, and we make that a priority in Oak Harbor, and that's something I hope that we continue to support as a community. And I say we because I'm part of this community. And then when you go to our libraries and our elementaries, you'll see maker spaces and things that interest kids. We have music programs that we're going to hear from later. So all important stuff for our kids and keep kids engaged in school.
I want to talk a little bit about our high school. When COVID shut down and I came in and we did the entry planning, a lot of families didn't understand the incredible programs that we have, not only across our district, but I want to talk a little bit about our career and technical education programs. We are working closely with community businesses to forecast what skills are needed. When our kids leave us, are they job ready? Are they for employment? Is it education to further their experience in education? Or are they going to enlist? And so we really work hard to make sure our students have what they need. In our CTE programs, our kids are ready for the medical industry, the nursing industry, engineering and technology, and construction trades. And I want to say a huge thanks to our CTE program director, Ray, for all of his work in advocating and connecting work.
So another thing a lot of folks don't know about public school is Oak Harbor Public School. We basically educate. We have kids in our programs from age 3, or do you go young? 3 all the way until 21. So kids are able to access public education until they're 21. And so we have the Exceptional Academy, and the Exceptional Academy serves kids that come out. Excuse me, I'm getting choked up here. Come out of the high school program and still need support for living skills and workforce skills. And so these kids are part of internships, and they go out in the community and they learn job skills, and 100% of these kids are placed and often have paid internships, and we're so proud of that program and what we provide for those kids. So again, that's part of the depth and breadth of the programs we offer in Oak Harbor.
You know, it takes someone to be brave to think about creative ideas in order for us to do that work. And so that team at the Exceptional Academy is amazing. They get out there and they network and connect, and they come to us with amazing ideas, and they plow through and make it happen for our kids. So a huge thank you to the Exceptional Academy program. I want to highlight another important program, and I think this is very unique. When I talk to many military families that come and go into different states and organizations in different school districts, one of the things I hear families most proud about is our Home Connection program. Our Home Connection program, let's hear it up for our Home Connection program, right? We know that COVID, when schools shut down, many of our families struggled with returning kids to the classroom for a variety of reasons, and we honor that. Our numbers at Home Connection continue to grow. We know that a family has the right to pick and choose what type of learning works best for their students and their learning needs of their child. Our Home Connection program continues to thrive because our parents are partners in that program in educating their students. So many thanks to the Home Connection team and leadership. We know you guys go above and beyond for our kids, and thank you for that.
So while we know academics is number one thing that schools are measured upon, the other thing that is really important and brings a lot of our kids into school and keeps them coming day after day and engages them are our activities such as music, athletics. Our high school fall had a great fall season. We had a lot of postseason play from our high school fall athletes. And the other thing we're really proud about is we got I got to remember what the acronym stands for. We got ESSER funds. What does that stand for again? Help me. Emergency relief funding. And so that funding was one-time funding given by the federal government to re-engage students in school after the pandemic. And so what we have used that funding for in a big way was to engage our kids, get them back together through summer programs. So what we did was we partnered with community organizations. So we had kids riding horseback at Wildwood Farms. We had them doing karate. We had them playing soccer, and then we also had, through Mr. Fleury and Mr. Esfelt here at the high school, we had all of our coaches provide sports camps. So we served about 900 kids and 1,500 opportunities for those kids to be part of summer programs and that was this past summer. We did it the prior summer also, and we're hoping to do some of it this next summer. Because we know how important it is to have kids actively engaged and active throughout the summer months, and the social aspect of all of it is so important right now for our kids because they missed that for 2 years.
I want to know how many of the students in our audience actually went to a summer camp, a summer program, basketball, karate. Raise your hand. Look at that. Look at those kiddos that went to those programs. Wow, incredible. Thank you. These accomplishments would not be possible without hiring talented staff to support all of these programs, be innovative and creative. So it is my pleasure to welcome to our platform the Director of Assistant Superintendent of, what do you want to be called? Assistant Superintendent, there we go.
I guess.
Of Human Resources and Operations, Patrick Harrington, who we stole from Anacortes. So Mr. Harrington will be sharing some of the highlights of the work that we've done in Human Resource. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for this opportunity to brag about our amazing staff. Although I've only been here a short time, I have found out it is indeed an amazing staff. This is just a very high-level snapshot of our staff's work every day to make our schools a better place for our students and staff to come to school. So far this year, our bus drivers have traveled more than 360,000 miles, serving more than half of our student population. Our information technology team have successfully completed more than 1,200 support tickets. Our facilities team has completed more than 3,700 tickets to make sure that our schools are safe. Our food service staff have served more than 179,000 delicious and nutritious meals. Our human resource staff have onboarded more than 100 staff to date. And lastly, we've partnered with more than 50 community organizations to rent out our facilities in order to provide after-school opportunities. We value the great work of our team. Without our dedication and hard work, the success of our students would not be possible. Thank you for everything that you do to support each other and our students and our families every day. Thank you.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick. So as Patrick mentioned, we are proud of the partnerships we have in our community that allow us to share our facilities and fields to be used outside of school hours. We hope to continue and to improve, because as we've been listening and talking this fall, we've learned that there are places that we can do a better job of making our facilities available to you. But one of the things you need to know, did you realize that this is the largest meeting space on the island? So when we get together as a community, we come to Oak Harbor High School. And how many of you attended the Veterans Assembly, the Community Veterans Assembly in the Student Union Building? Thank you for doing that, and hopefully you enjoy coming to that space. The other thing you need to know about that space is we planned this event here tonight. We couldn't get in. Even the superintendent doesn't have enough pull to get in here. Anyway, because of our, and I use our because I was here at the time, our support and community involvement, we were able to do a remodel of this facility, and we moved into it in the fall of 2010. And so we want to share a video with you. You may see someone familiar in it. The hair color may have changed a little over the years, but this shows you how far we have come and how far we can go with some upcoming opportunities.
It's our job to provide our kids with the support and the opportunity to be successful in life. Key to that success will be the modernization of this school. That means upgrades to the infrastructure so that this building can last another 30 years.
And it means improving the learning atmosphere and giving our kids the academic tools to succeed in the 21st century.
Now you're in front of the new Oak Harbor High School.
The kitchen is the biggest obstacle to being efficient at lunch. We'd really like our kitchen to have space, now that we have a hot lunch program, to be able to serve our kids in an efficient manner. As far as the heating and ventilation, our system requirements on that are different than they were in 1972.
So with the high school remodel that we moved into here in 2010, One of the things we wanted to do is get our heating, ventilation, and cooling indoors instead of outdoors on the roof where it wasn't very efficient and it wasn't staying in good condition. So this is the old Parker Hall. We're up in the attic of the old Parker Hall, and this is where we put our new HVAC system. So it's a lot more efficient. It's a lot easier for our guys to work on.
The plumbing is wearing out. We have the original water heaters in the building. The drainage system around the school is beyond its useful life. It's wearing out.
So hopefully we have some old footage of this space flooding when kids used to stomp around in it or avoid it depending on their mood.
That I can reach from hall to hall in this building, and when we're passing, over half of our campus fits into A-Wing. When they have to pass through this hall, it becomes very crowded, and students are unable to go both directions during the passing period.
Notice now we have a wide hallway and recessed doors. It made a difference for our kids. They can move around the school. Well, I can tell you how much it's meant to the students. When we first moved in the fall of 2010, kids came back onto campus and were so amazed at how beautiful this school is, and the care that they took and the pride that they have taken in the school since we remodeled it. I can't tell you how much it's affected just their well-being of being in the building.
So I want to quickly thank you for that, and to celebrate, I think, if you don't know, we paid that bond off this past December.
So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to ask you, you know, how you just keep so youthful after this presentation. So to translate, that was brown-haired Dwight Lundstrom and white-haired Dwight Lundstrom in the video. But truly, Dwight, I want to thank you because you had the vision and you could communicate with people the needs of the building. And your vision is now a reality, and this is where we're standing here today. So I want to thank you. But I also want to do like a little poll. It's not in the script. Sarah's going to probably give, yeah, I'm getting the eye. How many of you, either you personally had or one of your students had Mr. Lundstrom either as a principal or a teacher? Please stand. Let's see. Let's see. Look at that. That's amazing. Let's give it up for Mr. Lundstrom, huh? Now, Dwight told me that he used to teach math, so I've got a question for you. Okay, so this bond that we just paid off in December, if we were to do the remodel project in that today for the one high school, how much do you think it would cost?
Well, it turns out
Put you on the spot.
That bond was $84 million when we passed it back in 2006, and it's been about inflationary over the years has been about 14.1%, as I looked it up on the Google. And the Google, when you multiply 14.1%, you tack it on to 84 million, I'll be darned if you don't land at 121 million. What a coincidence.
Nice job. Good math, Dwight. Thank you so much again to all of you who trusted us to be fiscally responsible to that. We paid, and that project was on budget and paid in a timely manner where we were actually to be able to refinance and save over almost $4 million on that bond project. So thank you again to all of you who supported that, and we're able to reap the benefits of that here today. So on Oak Harbor, Valentine's Day is when Oak Harbor is going out for our next bond. It will be our next bond. I want to talk a little bit about what that looks like. It is $121 million for 3 schools, and we're going to ask our voters to reconsider this bond again. Last year, we went out for a bond, and when I came in this summer and asked a lot of people for information about what was the feedback on the bond, too expensive, you're asking way too much, narrow your focus, and tell us what your priorities really are. So we're back out again to tell you what our priorities are. We have 3 schools, 2 of them are aging, and with the support of the Department of Defense, and thank you, Captain Hanks, for your advocacy, and really making that happen is really supporting the Department of Defense matching funds of 80% for 2 of those buildings. So that's a pretty good deal, right? So we're asking on Crescent Harbor and Hand in Hand, our local community, for the 20% for both of those buildings. And with the 3rd site, we know when 20 years ago when we were focused on the high school, the growth that happened on the south end of town. So we're really excited. Thank you for the city for working on us with the visioning plan for how we create field space for our community, because it is a partnership. And our growth has happened over at the Fort Nugent area. So that's where our next building would be. That's the 3rd building, and we'll have some 7% of that building funded by the State Department, so Washington State Department. So we're very excited about that, and thank you to our architect, Philip Rydell, who's here today. And if you have questions, let us know. And I do want to thank you, Philip, because you also helped advocate and support the Department of Defense grant for the 80%. So thank you so much for all your work you've done. We also heard from our community when we put a survey out and talking to parents in the community and staff. Safety was a concern, and it wasn't on the ballot when we went out last February. And so we started to really have hard conversations, and the school board had to wrestle with how do we narrow down to 3 projects and think about safety enhancements when we heard our community members say that last February it was too much and we had other schools that have need as well. And so our board came up with, we're still going to work on the safety is big. We've used our capital project funding wisely to do what we can for safety, but that last push to get us over that hurdle is our single entry vestibules in all of our schools. So we're really focusing on that with the bond because we heard that from our community. So I want to thank everyone for giving us feedback. It's important to be honest, and sometimes you have to be brave and vulnerable to have honest conversations about it. So we want to thank all of you for this opportunity to listen and learn and engage in these conversations. So I think we have a video. Sarah, yes? All right.
Sounds good. Cool. So, yeah, your name, how long have you been at this position, and what you do here?
Okay. So I am Kate Valenzuela. I am the principal at Crescent Harbor Elementary, and I have been here for 13 years.
I'm Shane Evans. I am the principal at Home Connection Hand in Hand Early Learning Center and Oak Harbor Virtual Academy. I'm in my 8th year in this building.
Well, kind of as we came in, you're telling us, like, obviously there's problems here. What are some of the issues that you kind of deal with on a daily basis with your people?
Sure. Well, I've taught in a lot of different schools, so I have a perspective, of what other art rooms are like and what's needed and required.
Some of the unique challenges in this building, we've seen a lot of growth.
We have 8 classrooms that are in portables.
A unlevel floor.
We've had to outfit classrooms in ways that classrooms aren't intended to be outfitted.
We have music being taught in a portable where there is no storage and really no acoustic equipment to help students understand, the power of what music can bring.
There's the ceiling leaks. So when I was teaching here last year, water came through on top of my head.
We have some challenges with entry into this building.
If any student in the portable needs to use the restroom, they're walking through the rain.
We've run out of space to accommodate all of our kids, all of our families. If we grow one more classroom, which we will this school year with our Hand in Hand, we'll be out of classrooms.
I have no way to store posters, large pieces of artwork.
Everything stops on the playground when the planes fly over and they're holding their ears. Well, 20 seconds doesn't seem like long, but if you add that up, it turns into a lot of time.
We made it to the top of the list of the worst schools on Department of Defense property.
If you look around, you wouldn't know that it was built right in the 50s, but it's not young. It's not a young school.
It's not a good feeling. But the other side of it is the hope that our community will support us with the other 20%.
Having the federal money to pay for a lot of this building, 80% of it, is we had to go through a process of design. So we already have some mock-ups of what it might look like, and those meetings were very exciting.
I was able to kind of plan the space, and it was like I had, a kiln room, right off. I had vertical storage. I had more space to work.
Classrooms arranged in pods so that teachers could collaborate around the needs of their students.
It's so hard to imagine, but at the same time, it's exciting to think we could walk into a brand new building that kids would be even more excited to come to, staff would be more excited to come to, and it was designed by us and for us. That would be a pretty cool day.
So while we can't tell you how to vote, we can tell you it's our civic duty and and we're privileged in our country to be able to vote. And because it's not so easy for people in other countries. And so we have little over 23,000 people registered to vote in our community. Last year we had about 8,600 people vote. And what we're asking you to do is get informed and participate in an election, because it's an American privilege that we need to not take for granted. So please be involved.
We get questions a lot, and some of the questions we get are, I thought we just passed a bond last year or the year before. So levies are for learning, and that's staffing and mental health and fine arts programs and music programs that we get to support, and staffing to provide the opportunities with levies, and bonds are for building, and we ask the community once every 20 years for bond. So that's the difference between levies and bonds. And I want to thank all of you for giving us the feedback and information to be able to articulate that. So in order to talk a little bit more about funding, bonds, levies, federal, state, because you ready? We're going to get a financial status report, and there's a quiz at the end of the night. So if you stay till the very end, no, I'm just kidding. So to introduce how we do finances and to be transparent and what finances look like in our district, it is my pleasure to introduce our Executive Director of Business Services, Vicki Williams. Vicki, thank you.
Thank you, Michelle, and I apologize, but before I get started, someone left their keys in the bathroom. If you happen to have left your keys, Katie in the corner has them, so see Katie, because you're not going to go anywhere. In order to share some of our budget challenges, I would first like to share more about how Oak Harbor Public Schools is funded. As you see from the pie chart, we receive a majority of our funding from the state of Washington, then by the federal government, and lastly, local tax dollars. Due to the amount of federal property in Oak Harbor, we receive less property taxes. To accommodate for the amount of federal property, we receive what is called Federal Impact Aid, which is a federal program that provides financial resources to schools impacted by federally owned tax-exempt properties. These funds can be used to cover costs not fully funded by the state of Washington, such as student programs, special education or services, and transportation services. Additionally, during the pandemic, we received one-time funding from the federal government called Elementary and Secondary Emergency Relief, or ESSER funding. These dollars funded our mental health services, additional academic support for students, technology, and our summer programs, as previously mentioned earlier in the program. These programs helped our students emerge from the pandemic and distance learning with greater outcomes. Now more than ever, with federal pandemic funding to schools sunsetting this year, our local levy dollars will continue to be of great importance for our school communities. Local levy dollars are used to support the programs that our community prioritizes and values, such as advanced placement or AP classes in our high school, special services, technology, school supplies, and student programs such as art, athletics, clubs, and after-school activities.
Thank you, Vicki. We appreciate your budget report. I love going into Vicki because she's really good at unpacking it, and one question leads to probably about an hour of me understanding the finances. So I am so grateful we have Vicki's knowledge here, making sure that we are fiscally responsible in our work. I want to let you know that you can read our financial reports. They're all posted online. You can see those on our district webpage. And so if you get bored at night, every month you can go through a couple hundred pages of our financial reports. It's exciting. So while I want to switch a little bit about state funding, so while it's the paramount duty of our state to fully fund public education, we've got work to do. We're not there yet as a state of Washington. But I can say I want to thank our local legislators who in fact advocate for us and are on the House floor in Olympia today doing just that, ensuring that the state will eventually fully fund education, public education in the state of Washington. So we do know that with the sunsetting of our federal ESSER dollars, there's a quiz on that too, I think, for our cabinet when we're done. I think Vicki's going to grill us tomorrow. I'll have to work with that. Right, Vicki? So we are acronym driven, and we're really making sure that when we think about the ESSER funding, that goes away at the end of this year. So with that federal COVID relief, we've got some work to do, but I'm really excited about our opportunity as a community to come together and place those values which we place as number one for our students. It allows us to have deeper conversations around finances that don't take away direct services to our students. And we'll be doing that through staffing attrition and budget forecasting, being conservative about our budget. So we know we've got work to do with the budget deficit that's coming our way. But as Vicki mentioned, it's really important for our local support of the levy dollars, as well as our support from all of you, including things such as OHEF funding, support from our Kiwanis and Lions Club to do the work that we do to give our students the best education possible. And speaking of exciting educational opportunities, I want to welcome to the stage our Crescent Harbor Elementary students. Where are they?
Broadview.
They're out?
Broadview's first.
They're coming. All right, let's give them a round of applause, shall we? Oh, we want to do both. You want to bring them both up?
Broadview first.
Oh, Broadview first. Broadview, you come up. Woo! Crescent Harbor, here we go.
Don't y'all want to take this class? Don't y'all want to play the bass marimba? That looks like fun.
Somebody back there. Keelan's got that? Keelan's got that? Perfect. I'll start us off.
Great job.
Good job. Good job. Nice job. You did a good job.
I think they had fun. Aren't they cute? Oh my gosh. Thank you. And teachers, thank you so much for the passion and support you give to your students, because it's clearly evident when we see them perform. So thank you so much.
Speaking of students, I'd like to, while Pitch Perfect Panthers are getting set up, bring our president, Goebel, to the stage, and Tina Lynn, our student board rep, while our Pitch Perfect Panthers are getting set up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Where do you want us? Oh, you want us to do it right now? Oh, okay. Okay. You're up first. I'm up first. Okay, hi. My name is Lynn Goebel, and it is so unusual to be referred to as President Goebel, but I am very honored to be working on behalf of my school board directors and very humbled to be in this position and representing them tonight. But before I start, I want to thank all of you for being here this evening. It warms my heart, and I'm sure you have enjoyed every one of the performances that we have seen tonight. And that's what we're here, is to serve our students. And then I would like to also thank Michelle and all of the other folks that have put this evening on together. We're just lucky to be here and have a script that we get to follow. So I know how to do that, and I'm very blessed that I have a script. But I don't know how well I follow one. So this is a new role for me. But I want to say one of the key areas that the board is focusing on this year is going to be leveraging student voice. We're here to service all of these young people, and we want to hear their voice, and we want to use their voice when we're making decisions, and we'll be working on refreshing our strategic plan. So we're going to be using their voice to help us. And to be able to do that, the Oak Harbor School Board has 2 incredible student board members that come when we have our Monday night meetings, and they have to do all the same readings that we have to do. And at this time, I want to introduce Tina Lynn, and Josiah would come out here and give them a big wave. I cannot tell you, it is such a delight to have these young people, and these 2 are just amazing. And I know that with their leadership and the things that we have to go forward and to do, and how they're going to help us as a board, is going to be incredible. And so wait till you hear Tina Lynn share. You are going to be so impressed. So thank you guys. I love you dearly, and you brighten every Monday. I can hardly wait to see you. So thank you.
Thank you, President Goebel. Hello. Yeah. And I don't think my music ability is as talented as our little geniuses, but I really want to give them another hand of applause. They were just amazing. And I am so, so proud to be a part of this important work to amplify student voice within our students. And as a part of the school board, we hope to encourage and empower student voices to be heard, and to really ensure that we're doing all that we can to bring them a great environment to be in. And so student voice is very imperative for engaging and empowering our students at all levels of education, from elementary all the way up to our intermediate, to our high school, to our academies. And I am so, so proud to be a part of the high school and to hopefully be a graduate within these next 5 months. But not only are our students impacted by these decisions, it is also important for our students to learn to use their voice and to advocate for what they believe in and to use their voice when they have someone that they know that's in need of advocating for. And so these skills are just ways to ensure that we're securing our leaders of tomorrow, our citizens of this community for tomorrow. As our mayor said, that they are our future, they are our legacy, and that is one way to describe just the power that they bring to our life. And I am so, so proud to be a part of it. And so when we talk about the board, it's a way that we ensure that they have a stake in the decisions that we make that will forever shape our schools and our community. So I look forward to working with the leadership and the board of directors to help facilitate opportunities to listen and learn from the students of Oak Harbor.
Thank you, Tina Lynn. We are going to turn it over to the best voices around, Pitch Perfect Panthers. Oh, but don't go. You are our closing celebration tonight. So we're going to close out our performance. We want to thank you all for being here tonight. Don't forget to come out to our meet our staff out in the lobby. But I just want to say,
and there's food out there.
My stomach's grumbling.
Yeah.
But before we close, I can't thank you enough for being part of One Oak Harbor with all of us and this amazing opportunity that we have to give to our students a greater future than, and we can do it without our One Oak Harbor.
Yes,
Do you think,
please
Dwight?
continue to be part of your kids' lives and keep supporting them. They need you.
And I want to thank the behind-the-scene crew for all their work to put this on, our first ever, as well as the high school staff, Mr. Salisbury and your team. Thank you for hosting us and for pivoting basketball practice so we can be in the gym tonight. So to close us out, 2 more songs, Pitch Perfect Panthers. Thank you again from the bottom of our hearts here at Oak Harbor Public Schools for coming tonight.